I think you leading us right into our next discussion. But before we hop into it, make sure you guys get them likes up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the members. I see you posting. And if you want to become a member, hit that join button. But as I stated before, Trill, you leading us right into our next discussion, which is women that lack self awareness, who are the problem, and want to give solutions. Let me read that again. I want you to unpack it as I'm reading it. Women that lack self awareness, right? Who have a problem. And you so often see these women wanting to give solutions. How can you focus on solution when you are not aware of the problem, especially with yourself? We so often see women giving other women advice, giving men advice, trying to tell them how it should be when they are the problem. Let's talk about this. I'm gonna start with you, Rilla.
Yeah, man. I was sitting up here thinking about that, bro. The saying that single women keep women single. Single women keep women single. It seems to be that in this age of Oprah and the modern woman and YouTube and social media, where everybody gets to have a voice, everybody gets to have an opinion. It's everybody's voice is valued and heard simply because they're on the screen. And you have people that are literally giving advice, not even from an experience, like a position of experience. They're giving advice rooted in what they think should be happening. And you have people listening to this advice and going out and really kind of ruining their relationships and their lives based on a false premise. And I mean, this is one of the things that we talk about all the time. Right now, the charge is on men to do the work. You know what I'm saying? Put the effort in, put the time in, become the best version of yourself, hit the gym, invest in yourself, learn some trades, all these different things. And then it just kind of seems like, with our counterparts, it's more or less like, they're not hearing us. The message that they're still responding to is going to school, get degrees, and sister girlfriendhood, and I'm independent, I don't need no man. And there's just from me, what I'm seeing, man, just from what I've been observing. So I'm not saying there's no good sisters out there that aren't doing the work or that are not introspective, but again, we look at stuff like how Iyanla Van Zant got ran off the platform, right? And all she was doing was challenging sisters to do the work. So, like, who do you have taking her place now? Wendy Williams? You know what I'm saying? And so these are the people that, other people are looking to and giving advice and their failures in their own lives. Like, how can you pour from an empty cup? How can you school somebody else and you lack experience in that area yourself? It is crazy.
Yeah, it is. Lee, I'm coming to you. What's your take
Yeah,
on that?
it's interesting. I got out of a relationship over the summer, so I've decided to kind of start dating again. I'm on these damn apps, and I ran into this woman, mid-30s. She's attractive, and she has her PhD in psychology, and she just got with a university down here, giving therapy, right? And so, we're talking about it, about what she does, and she gives marriage. Her type of therapy is kind of marriage counseling to individuals and to couples, primarily Black couples in the African American community. Now, this is a woman in her mid 30s, and she's never been married before, but she's giving marriage counseling. I said, fair enough. So I start talking to her because I have my own ideas about therapy, and I ask, do you know who Doug Lyle is? And she said no. What, Dr. Doug Lyle, he's super small, so it's okay, whatever. Well, what about Sam Harris? Sam Harris is humongous. Do you know who Sam Harris is? No, I've never heard of him. Who is that? I said, okay. Have you heard of Jordan Peterson? Do you know who he is? He's human. No, I haven't heard of Jordan Peterson. So, well, damn, do you even know who Tim Ferriss is? I mean, do you know any? No, I don't. How do you spell Ferriss, right? Tell her how to spell so she can look him up. And I'm like, well, listen, like, who do you listen to? She's like, oh, I listen to this. I didn't tell her I was a YouTuber. And it's like, oh, who do you listen to? And she gives me a couple of names, and they're women, and this was at the YouTube channels. I look on her channel, the person that she follows, and it's all about manifestation. And so I'm like, well, do you have any male influences at all? Like anybody who's kind of influencing your take on this? And she's, she had to think about it. And she's like, well, no, not really. I have like 3 advisors and then 3 mentors. And I was like, okay, well, who are they? And they're all women, right? So all of her advisors are women. All of her mentors are women. All of the information that she's given to these black men and these black couples is from a woman's perspective. And I'm just thinking to myself, it's kind of a first date, so I'm cool with it. But I'm like, man, any black man that comes to you is screwed. They are screwed from the jump. You have no interest, no desire to see things from a man's point of view, because you are not ingesting any information from men. It is all feminine energy, all 100%. I'm not blaming you for it, but then how are you counseling black men on marriage when you yourself have never been married, right? And so maybe that's an extreme example, but that comes to my mind because it just happened a few weeks ago. But I was like, you see this all the time. What this topic is, what Rilla was saying, and it's a huge issue because people don't even realize that they have blind spots. But people have these huge blind spots, and then they're giving advice directly about those blind spots when they don't have the information necessary to give a complete analysis, a complete breakdown themselves.
Okay. Trail, women that lack self-awareness, who are the problem, and they are here giving solutions. What are your top?
I think they kind of oblivious to it, because how can we expect them to hold themselves accountable when society don't hold women accountable for what they do? It's a situation where a lot of women will walk around here literally feel like everything they do is right. Literally. Like however the relationship, like let's get into the relationship situation. However the relationship ends, typically it's the man's fault, even if she cheated. Because if she cheated, it's like, okay, well, what did he do to make me cheat? If the man cheat, it's like, oh, he's terrible, he's a dog. There's no excuse for that. You should have talked to her. You should have just left. So, that's the example of what I mean. Like, it's like we have a society that just coddles women. So they literally walk around feeling invincible. That's why that's why Danny Lee was so quick to try to put her hands on a man that done shot 3 people already. Because she feel like, okay, you got all these stats against you. You're not going to really do nothing to me. Or, whatever the case may be. Like, even if the laws get here, I can walk around here. I can cuss the laws out. I can push the laws, get off of me. No, I'm about to go do it. I'm about to go look around my house, get what I want to get, do what I want to do. And there's no consequences for that. Right. But again, just like y'all brought the example up earlier, if that was the baby, like, hell no, watch out, man. I'm about to go find her. Where is she at? Where is she going through? Bro, they would have booked him right there on the spot.